Alright guys, so today we're going to be checking out a handheld vacuum cleaner, which is called the AutoBot. So here we have the packaging. Got a pretty nice picture here, it shows what it looks like. But let's go ahead and see what's in the box. So right on the top here, we have a card that shows us how to assemble it together out of the two pieces. Pretty straightforward. We got a user manual. It is in 2 languages. Looks like Chinese and English, but very well laid out and shows you how to use the vacuum. The warranty card and how to get a hold of the company. And here we can see all the pieces. So it is nestled in this soft foam. So let's go ahead and grab this main part out. And this feels quite hefty, guys. It's not super heavy, but got a little good weight to it. We got the branding there, AutoBot. Our power button here and also function button. 20,000 plus PA, which is the suction power. Going to the back, we can see there's a charging port and it is USB Type-C. It does have dual charging capabilities from 5 volts to 9 volts. And the internal battery is 11.1 volts, 4,000 milliamps. And if we go to the very bottom, we can see we got something pretty unique here. It looks like some venting and also some pins. And I'm guessing this is maybe for an optional charging dock where you can just set it in. So going to the top, this is where our intake is and where the motor resides. And also this is where we're going to connect the upper portion, which is the canister. So let's go ahead and pull it out. Very nice. It's darkened black, which I really like. Even if it gets dirty inside, it won't look so bad on the outside. So on the very bottom here, we got the filter and there's a little handle that kind of comes out and we can pull it out. And it is a cone style filter and it's quite large actually for this very tiny vacuum. So this is quite easy to access and clean out. So it looks like we don't have any more filters going inside. So here we have a little drawing to lock and unlock the canister from the body, which we'll connect here in a second. Let's go ahead and open this upper portion. So it's like a lid here. And this is where you can dump out trash once you collect it. So it looks like pretty cleverly designed. There is a rubber gasket that goes all the way around. And that makes a good seal. This is our intake here, which if we close this back up, we can see this is the port here on the front or at the very end. And that's where you're going to be sucking the dirt in. Put the filter back in. Let's grab the main piece and connect it with the upper portion. So on the back here, we can see there's a little dot. That dot lines up with the unlocked little icon on the canister. So if you just line those two up, it should fall in just like that. And then we're going to twist it clockwise to lock it in. And you got to go all the way until it gets all the way to this side where it clips in nicely. And that's it. And now we are connected and our vacuum is pretty much ready to go. Now we do still have this piece, which is the extension. So this is, to reach places where it's harder to get to. And also we have a brush here that kind of pops out and you do have to squeeze it on the sides for it to go forward. Then it clips in on the end. And now you have kind of like a brush. So yeah, this will simply connect to the vacuum just like this. It just kind of wedges in there. So if you don't want the brush, you're just going to click it and clip it back down. And now you just have the extension. So yeah, very convenient and quite small overall. And the brush does come out quite easy. And the form factor is not very large. And for the last part, we do have USB-C to USB-A charging cord to charge the vacuum itself. And the cord does plug in here in the back as we saw earlier. And if we plug it into a power source, it does start blinking blue charging. So if the vacuum is completely empty, it will take, up to 3 hours to charge. And it might be actually full already maybe because it does just have the blue light on. So in the manual here, it does show us once you're charging it, if it's flashing, that means it's charging. And if it's just glowing, that means it's fully charged. So it looks like our unit there is charged and ready to go. And also those pins on the bottom are for a dock for it to charge. And it is an accessory that's sold separately. All right, so let's go ahead and try to power it on and see what happens. So I'm gonna go ahead and click this button. And there it goes, it's on. So this is on the low setting and we can see there's a green little light. And the exhaust is here. It's pushing out air pretty good. And then this is our intake here. So yeah, even on low, we got pretty decent suction, guys. So let's go ahead and go to medium, which we're gonna click it again. And now it turns blue, which is medium. And now we got quite a bit more suction. So I can see myself using it on this setting for just about normal stuff. Well, let's see what happens if we go to high. It turns red. And it's quite strong now. And if we click it again, it just cycles back to low. And to turn it off, we just hold the button and it shuts off. So yeah, very simple and quite straightforward operation. So on the low setting, you're gonna get about 40 minutes of runtime. On the medium setting, you're gonna get about 20 minutes. And on the high, you're gonna get about 10 minutes. So yeah, pretty reasonable amount of time to, you know, clean up whatever you want. So for the next part, let's go ahead, maybe put this brush on and let's see if we can go vacuum something. So one of the places that you could use the AutoBot is around the house. Here I have a keyboard, which usually gets really dusty and dirty. And this little screen here, put it on low. Well, actually maybe medium. And we'll kind of clean it up here. I don't know if you guys can see, but this thing's pretty dirty and dusty. So, and it takes it all away really nicely. And it's really gentle around the keys, which is, you know, the key plus here. Very nice. And then maybe you guys can see it or not, there's dust on the screen. So it also works well for that. So yeah, it works really good with dusting, you know, especially around these kind of fragile places. And the great thing is because you're sucking, you're, you know, able to really get the dirt out of the crevices. So yeah, maybe you guys can see, you know, we're much cleaner than we were. Even the screen here doesn't have any dust on it at all. So it is an AutoBot, so I guess it is kind of like for cars, but you can't use it for everything. So let's go ahead and jump to my car and see how dirty it is, and maybe we can vacuum some of it. All right, guys, so here we are at the car, and it is a little sunny, so it might be hard to see. But if we look down here on the floors, we can see we got some dirt a little bit. I try to keep this thing clean so it's not too dirty. Turn on the bot here, see if we can pick up some of this stuff here. So this is on low, and even on low it still picks it up very well. You guys maybe can see that. Well, actually very impressive even on low. But yeah, at least off of this all-weather mat, it's doing a great job. But I think medium is definitely the way to go if you want, you know, decent power. Oh yeah, definitely medium is much better. And then again, you know, if you need higher power, you can go to high. Just remember, it won't last more than about 10 minutes. But man, on medium, it's doing an excellent job. Even off of this carpeted part here. Pretty well. Let me just go ahead and go to high real quick. Okay, yeah, it's boogieing on high now. So we can go between the seats, if you guys can see maybe, pretty easily. Let's go on the seat. Yeah, it gets in all the crevices pretty good. And I do like using the brush because it's, you know, much more gentle to fabrics and whatnot else you're touching, so. But yeah, pretty impressed with it. It is quite powerful and actually very, very usable. Let's see if we can get these cup holders. It's usually quite dirty in here. Now you guys probably can see that dust on the screen. Probably not a great idea to do this with a vacuum, but maybe very lightly. But yeah, you get the point here, and even the vents. So yeah, I mean, obviously this is probably better to wipe in the first place, but in any case, it does a great job here at the car, and I'm pretty impressed with it for how. Whoop, turn it back on. Yeah, that's another thing I was gonna say. If you just tap this thing once, it comes right on. You don't have to hold it. So if I just tap it, well, actually no, maybe a little longer. But yeah, just tapping it just a little powers it on, and I find myself accidentally turning it on. So yeah, maybe not the best thing, but not a big deal. And I guess that's maybe one of the drawbacks, is you could be accidentally powered on if it's laying around, because the button does, I wouldn't say protrude, but you know, sticks out just a bit where it can be easily be pushed if it just is stored. So in any case, let's see, maybe you guys can see we do have some dirt in there already. Actually quite a bit of dirt. Nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the driver's side, and we'll see how much dirt we can collect, and we'll open it up and look at it. Alright, so yeah, I vacuumed the whole car, and let's go ahead and open this up. Maybe remove the attachment. Now you don't have to take this piece off the bottom, but I just wanted to see the filter. But yeah, the way you would empty it is just click this button, Well, let's see what kind of dirt we got. So yeah, we do have quite a bit of dirt in there. We'll just empty it in there, and you can clean that out if you need to. Say with water, but make sure you dry it really good. And same thing for the filter. You guys can see that it actually, you know, works harder than you would think, because this is the only filtration there is. So yeah, after a few runs, you might want to, you know, clean this out by just knocking it against something to clear the dirt. And you can rinse this, but you know, make sure you dry it all before you put it back together. So yeah, it's pretty simple to clean it out. But yeah guys, and that's the AutoBot. So if you are interested in this thing, I'm gonna have some links in the description. Check it out. It is a pretty nice vacuum that could be quite useful either around the house or definitely in the car. So it is small enough to store and does a really good job in sucking up all the dirt. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, stay tuned for more. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.